The best thing is to invite them to observe their stream of consciousness with some degree of honesty and to notice the patterns. This doesn't sound spiritual at all. I'm sorry, but it really is.
Mm-hmm.
It's an exercise in huge kenosis, letting go. Because you're going to see that not just a few people are OCD. The universal addiction is that all people are addicted to their way of thinking.
Mm-hmm.
We all are. I am, you are. Why wouldn't you be?
Mm-hmm.
You process things in a certain way. You have to suffer that humiliation by seeing how silly it is. That this dog of my mind is going back to the same vomit, to quote Proverbs. Every 30 seconds, I'm tending to resentment, whatever it might be. I'm tending to judgmentalism. I'm tending to dismissal. Whatever your pattern is, paranoia, anger, superiority complex. Oh my God, this is humiliating.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think that's why contemplation so easily has died out again and again.
Mm-hmm.
Because when the Spirit, Mark 1, 13 to 50, when the Spirit drives Jesus into the wilderness, you have to be driven there almost. And the first thing that comes up are the wild beasts, if you remember the text. Huh?
Yeah.
The wild beasts, just all your crap, I hate to say it.
St. Anthony as well, right?
Very good. All your silly, stupid patterns of repetitive. It was Eckhart Tolle, who lives in Vancouver, that I wrote to after he wrote his book, The Power of Now, and I thanked him. I said, you really opened up the older contemplative tradition, but you did it in a most wise way without using Christian vocabulary so people could write you off. Mm-hmm. But we call it the practice of the present moment, or the sacrament of the presence of God in Catholic vocabulary. And I said, you said it without saying it. Thank you. And in that first book, if you ever read it, at that point he says 82% of human thought is repetitive and useless. And somewhat jokingly, I wrote to him, he lives in a rather simple apartment close to the airport at that time in Vancouver. And he wrote me back a sweet note, because I said I only disagree with you on one point. I think it's 92%. And I was saying it somewhat facetiously. But if you look at his latest book, he says 98%.
Wow.
98% of human thought is repetitive and useless. So,
whole cities running on that stream of thought.
Yes, yeah. It's so humiliating to see this, that we think the same thought over and over and over again. So when Descartes, who we've been making the whipping boy for hundreds of years, rightly so, I think, therefore I am, he actually was half right. The Western person thinks they are their thinking. And their thinking is stinking thinking by spiritual standards. It's obsessive, compulsive, repetitive, paranoid, angry. I mean, look at our politics. Yours appears to be a little better than ours. But you just want to cry at the level of American political discourse. So we can have all these people we've sent to universities, educated in intellect, but have not gone above the ceiling to wisdom.